咁樣行落去嘅，而家嗰啲拎好入翻去，佢拎好入翻去。
Right, so people often ask me, out the right-hand side, you're going to see a field of crops.
Excuse me, Karen. What?
Time to go do those great walks. If you can get spots on them. '1800s, chap Mr. Homer. I'll get a photo. I'll get a photo here.
By a long one, and calmly make your way through the rear outer decks. The Buster station will give you some. For the 5 or 6 years, they'll put on as much weight as they can, females. And if they're successful at that, they're rather busy handing out leaks. Stay outside, you are going to get wet. I'm telling you, no lines.
The next time we come down, maybe.
Oh,
Who thinks I can do it?
More than that from you guys, because you look like fun. Alright, let's try this again, folks. It is almost...
Thing to do is to go a metre or so away and kneel down and stay really still. Get inside.
So all those blocks,
Yeah.
you know, you can't get over.
Smoke. Coming back around the corner, you see the backs of their heads. That is I'll go up and get ready to.
And then I know Tampa Bay.
Bilbo and Frodo's home. And in the Hobbit,
Okay, bake. Yeah.
Old song, I think, isn't it? Yeah. No, it's a good song.
You're welcome. I should start using Max name. Yeah. Thank you for coming.
How was that?
언니 그 스니커하고
These are something to read it and think about it.